Google AI Studio just got upgraded. But before we talk about what are the new features, let's take a look at their intro video.
Welcome to the new Google AI Studio with a new agent, runtime, and native Firebase support to level up your vibe coding workflow.
It now uses the same agent harness found in Google Anti-Gravity, maintains context across your whole project, manages multi-file builds, and handles the heavy lifting of error correction.
The agent also now keeps working in the background without breaking your momentum.
With our new full-stack runtime, we now natively support secrets management and NPM packages.
And with Firebase integration, you can add live databases and user authentication to your app with a single prompt. Now you can securely connect to external APIs, manage live databases, and use modern libraries to build beautiful UIs fast.
And when you're ready to launch, deploy directly to Cloud Run. Get started at ai.studio/build.
Alright, so that was the intro video released by Google about the new features and updates. And after running some tests on the new upgraded build mode, I want to share the new features with you guys. So without further chatter, let's dive right in the video and start exploring the new amazing features of Google AI's build mode. Hi and welcome back to Skill Club. This is Ocean Reyes and we're finally getting started with this video. So the first feature we're going to be talking about is going to be Firebase integration and backend support. So rather than just theory, let me go ahead and show you how it looks. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a really simple prompt. We're going to build a really simple application that actually needs database where Firebase integration comes into place. And we're going to have something like a really simple login. So the prompt goes like, create a simple login page with user auth and database. So we're going to be checking user auth, backend, and database integration. Once a user logs in successfully, land on a greeting page with the logout button there. So I'm just going to go ahead and build this. But before that, what you can do is you can go to settings right over here and you can change the model. So I'm going to be using the 3.1 Pro preview. You can change the model to Gemini 3 Flash or Gemini 3 Flash Preview, as well as the Flash Lite Preview as well. Also, another thing that you can change is the framework. So you can go from React to Next.js, which is actually new, and I'm going to be talking about this later on in this video, and Angular as well. So I'm just going to leave this to React for now. As soon as you start building, integrating Firebase. So let me just go ahead and show you that. So defining the project scope right over here. There you go. You can see it's setting up Firebase or the database for us. Now, if you're setting up your Firebase for the very first time, it's going to give you this option right over here. So you can store data from your app using Firebase and you can enable your database. And what you're going to get is data is going to be saved over time, is going to be free tier, and you can select one location. So it can be anywhere. I'm going to choose Singapore right over here. You can go with Belgium or any other option. So let's just go ahead and say, okay, enable it. That's it. Now, as you can see, it's initiating Firebase setup and designing the app. So let's wait for the results and then we can talk about it. All right, so there you go. We have the sign in with the Google option right over here. I can sign in with my Google account. Now, the thing to notice here is that it installed one package. Now, this was the second feature that I wanted to talk about. So the first feature is Firebase and backend integration. Now, the second feature is it has its own vault for a manager to keep secrets and can also install NPM packages. So it installed one package right over here and then edited all of these files. And you can see the app is actually working. It is not just the front end. So I can sign in with my Google. Pretty amazing, right? So there you go. We have signed in and this is the dashboard. Now, the second feature that I was talking about is its capability to install NPM packages and also to keep secrets like APIs and stuff. And here you can see we installed one package. And if you go to code right over here in the package.json, you can see that these are all the dependencies and the dev dependencies that it has installed, which is really good. Now we can actually install third-party packages using NPM and actually keep them in our code base. Now, the third feature that I want to talk about is something known as persistent, which means that it is going to remember where you were with the project, with a certain project, and is going to store all the context of that certain project inside your browser storage as well as your drive. What I mean by that, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to simply close this tab. And when I reopen this tab, you will see that it still remembers where we were and what we were working on and loads the application right off the bat. This was the third new feature. Now, the fourth update is something really crucial, but it is not something that I can actually showcase that much, but let me just go ahead and try to do that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building a habit tracker application, and we're going to be using Next.js for that. We used to have React and Angular frameworks, but Next.js is the new framework that was added with the 2.0 upgrade. With Next.js, you can build large-scale application. Let me go ahead and do that. So the prompt is pretty simple. Build a functional habit tracker mobile app. Pretty simple. Let's just go ahead and build, because we already have selected Next.js. I'm really looking forward to this. So there you go. Started with the design, then defining the core features. Now, while this is being built, I want to also talk about the fifth new feature, which is the anti-gravity coding agent. Google actually put in the same anchor that is being used in the anti-gravity AI agent with this powerful new update to Google AI Studio's build mode, and I'm loving it so far. And I will be making a separate standalone video on anti-gravity later on this week. So if you have any ideas, do let me know in the comments below. I will be more than happy to cover those use cases. So there you go. We have a fully functional Next.js mobile application right over here. It is showing today's date, and I can add a new habit here. Okay, let's say I just read 5 pages, and I'm just going to give it a green color. Create habit. So this is the habit, and every day when I do it, I just have to go ahead and say, hey, I did it today. So it's going to keep a track of the number of days that I do it. So that way you can keep track of what you're doing daily, keep yourself motivated and consistent. So this was the idea behind the app. But now let me show you what I mean when I said that Next.js is really good when it comes to large scale applications. So if you go to code here, we're using Next.js right over here, the app and the page format, which is really helpful when it comes to managing server side components and client side components at the same time while building a large application. And not just that, if you go to the action history, you can see that it installed 2 packages right over here. Then it installed another one. And after installing these packages, it went on, added some line of code here. And after that, it did a quality check on that. So it ran quality control. And after it responded, it went on and edited some more. And after finalizing everything, it created the build and we have the final output. So now it is so easy to go ahead and build pretty much anything using Google AI Studio's build mode. And that too for free. I didn't pay a single penny to use this app. And we can also go ahead and remix this. Another cool feature that I almost forgot is the multiplayer feature. Now, in this feature, what happens is that you build an application and multiple people can actually access and use that application simultaneously at the same time. So if you want to try and test it out, you can just go browse app gallery and here you can play this multiplayer neon snake game. Or if you want to try and remix this massive multiplayer laser tag game, that's totally up to you. But these are examples of how multiplayer applications work. Just like Google Docs, when you share your Google Docs with someone else, they can actually interact with the Google document at the same time while you're doing it as well. So this is how Google introduced multiplayer or multi-access in Google AI Studio. So this was the last feature that I wanted to talk about in this update. I hope this video was helpful for you to understand the new update and all the features that came with it. With that said, I want to wrap this video up. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, ring the notification bell to never miss out on a daily update. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.